Ladies and gentlemen, New York Post. James Baker buries Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman in probe. So, this is today. James Baker came out, the FBI official that Michael Sussman lied to, came out and testified in front of the jury. Now, is there a possibility of a hung jury? Yes, there's a possibility. Okay? However, the conviction, if everything worked out normally, the conviction is basically secured after today. There's really no chance that Sussman can get an acquittal. There's no chance of that, okay? Because he texted James Baker and he stated, I'm not coming on behalf of anyone else. I'm just coming on my own. So he then met with Baker, James Comey's legal counsel at the Bureau, deceived him initially via text message, and now James Baker today will read, Washington, former FBI official delivered devastating testimony Thursday against former Hillary Clinton campaign lawyer Michael Sussman, saying he's 100% confident. That is the quote, 100% confident. 100% confident. Okay? The defendant denied acting, quote, on behalf of any particular client when he handed over the since debunked information linking Trump to Alpha Bank. Quote, I think it was pretty close to the beginning of the meeting part of his introduction to the meeting, former FBI General Counsel James Baker told jurors in Washington, D.C. federal court. Baker's account directly supports the sole charge against Sussman as a result of the special counsel John Durham's probe into lawbreaking. Sussman, 57, is on trial on a single count of lying to the government. And according to his indictment, the cybersecurity lawyer was allegedly acting on behalf of the Clinton campaign and Tech Executive One, a tech executive and client who told him about computer data that purportedly revealed a secret back channel between Trump Organization's server and Alpha Bank. Okay, this is the way the Clinton public relations machine works. They have servers with top secret intelligence that Comey says, gosh, Madam Secretary didn't really have intent to own, even though of course she had intent to own. And that's why you own private servers to hide your information from the government, from media, from FOIA requests. And very likely you delete 30,000 emails because they have to do with the Clinton Foundation. Now, okay. We all know, we know the public relations side of things. In terms of the trial, it's a done deal. This testimony, even Mark Elias yesterday, with the billing records, he billed the Clinton campaign. He lied to Baker. Baker said he's 100% confident that he lied. Game over. Hit subscribe to this channel, by the way, ladies and gentlemen. We're almost at 200,000 subs. Hit subscribe to my newest channel, the Bitcoin Crash to 10,000 or lower channel. I don't want Bitcoin to crash to 10,000 or lower, but it's going to. The whole crypto, universe is going to it's imploding. Tether, Coinbase, all of these behemoths are going to absolutely implode. They're not going to be around, unfortunately. I don't want that to take place, but there's a lot. Tether, for example, is not one Tether equal to $1. That is absurd. They only have, less than 2.9% of their reserves in actual cash. So that's just one example. I talk about that on the Bitcoin Crash channel. Hit subscribe there. It's below in the pinned comment. Hit subscribe to the Stock Market Crash channel. I have a segment prior to this one, both on the Bitcoin Crash and the Stock Market Crash channel. Watch those segments. I will have a segment right after this one. Again, another one in the Bitcoin Crash channel. I'll try to do 3 segments on each channel every day, at least. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. If you want to become a member of this channel, please go ahead and do so. Word of mouth is the best thing. Hey, I did predict. Did I not predict, ladies and gentlemen in the comment, did I not predict the market crash we're seeing? Market's down again today, but did I not predict the crypto crash? I did segments. Go to the playlist. You could see the first segment talking about, well, this first segment on the stock market crash channel was in September. Read my Federalist article below in the pinned comment in October of 2021. I talked about this. I've been talking about this since October and September of 2021. If you want to support my work, my Patreon is below. Thank you so very much, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you look, ladies and gentlemen, they want Sussman to testify, and we'll see if he's going to testify. But Baker testified he was 100% confident that he said that in the meeting. Quote, he had information of concern about an apparent surreptitious communication channel between Alpha Bank, which he described as being connected to the Kremlin and some part of the Trump organization in the U.S. This, of course, was a lie. That's where you have FBI officials come in. Minutes after his meeting with Sussman, Baker had said he briefed Bill Priestap, I believe Peter Strzok's boss, who at the time was assistant director of the FBI's counterintelligence division, about the Alpha Bank information. In the phone call with Priestap, Baker vouched for Sussman as a source, describing him as a serious lawyer with background in cybersecurity. None of these people are telling the truth, by the way. So Baker is not telling the truth. He knew that Sussman was there on behalf of the Clinton campaign. He just doesn't want to be implicated in future indictments. So Baker also alerted top FBI officials, including Director James Comey, Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, and Tricia Anderson, a former FBI lawyer who oversaw legal support. Okay, Anderson took notes of a meeting she had with Baker. No specific client, she wrote, of Sussman. Everyone is saying, this is like when, one of President Obama's officials, top officials, saying, the president wants everything done above board. And it's like when you write notes, it's basically you are writing simply for posterity or for future investigators to just look at that statement saying, oh, you want everything done legally. This was, by the way, while they were setting up and framing Trump. Who was it? They were basically writing down Susan Rice. It was Susan Rice who wrote. It was Susan Rice who wrote. We want. President Obama states that all the investigation into Trump, or they were basically, it was Michael Flynn or Trump. We want that above board. Well, yeah, okay. The whole thing was a setup. An outgoing Democratic administration was investigating an incoming Republican administration. The most absurd thing of all is that Republicans were in on it too, because Trump is so different from the Lincoln Project, never-ending counterinsurgency conflict world that both Democrats and Republicans love. So you had the Paul Ryan and McCain and Richard Burr type Republicans. Okay, the old guard, the ancien regime, the old Republican Party no longer exists. The Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld, Republican Party, the Lincoln Project, that no longer exists. This is what the Democrats long for. Oh, they're such good. Oh, they're good, sensible Republicans. Sensible. Why would? That's like saying, sensible rival football team who always loses. Obviously, you want your rival football team to constantly lose, and you'll love the coach that just, presides over endless losing seasons. What happened is Trump focused on policies that worked. The tariffs initially against China did work. His economic we had record low unemployment throughout Trump's presidency until the end of his presidency, when media and unelected officials and Democrats and hysteria took over. But we had a great economy under Trump, 2% inflation, gas prices at around $3, less than $3. Economic growth, foreign policy achievements, first president to step foot in North Korea, all of these. So They had to go after him, and they had government officials in on it also. Or they wanted to go after him. They had government officials in on it also. James Baker was in on it also. If there's a hung jury, it's because the defense is actually telling the truth. They knew what was taking place. The problem, however, is the following. There's just too much evidence pointing to Sussman's guilt. So this trial is not about, ladies and gentlemen, Sussman getting a couple of months in prison or jail or a year in prison or whatever. It's about future indictments. Durham has already laid the groundwork, set the foundation for future indictments, especially with Mark Elias's testimony for 3 hours. So getting him into a perjury trap and numerous others. But hit subscribe to this channel right now. 18 U.S. Code 371 is the statute that Durham wants to utilize eventually. He wants to utilize a statute pertaining to a number of people who conspire against the government, to defraud the government. These people knowingly fed lies. They knew that they were giving government officials information that wasn't true. Again, they knew that they were giving. So if there's any wonderful, morally superior liberal Democrat who wants to know anything about the Durham Probe Special Counsel, it is a special counsel investigating people who knowingly gave false information to the U.S. government with the sole intent of setting up and framing Trump, investigating him based upon false information they gave. To media also. So it was this public relations monstrosity. And Democrats and media have Trump Russia at a number of topics, okay? The way they work is yell, scream, screech, act in the most apoplectic manner. Oh my God, we have to investigate. He was installed by the Kremlin. And then they go off and then they say, oh, Republicans believe in such irresponsible and, conspiratorial things. And then they're the ones who say, well, the government said that he worked with the Kremlin. Well, you have no evidence of that. Zero evidence of that. An intelligence agency saying they're highly to moderately confident is not evidence. A Senate panel confirming a confidence assessment is not evidence. That's like saying H.A. Goodman is highly confident that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. Well, why not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar? Why not Bill Russell? Why not Wilt Chamberlain? Okay. Why not LeBron James? Well, my assessment of Michael Jordan being the greatest player of all time has been confirmed by the Senate panel with Richard Burr. The Senate panel confirmed that Michael Jordan is the greatest player of all time. They confirmed my opinion. That's exactly what took place with the entire Mueller probe and the entire nonsense with media and Trump benefiting from the Kremlin. Facebook ads didn't benefit Trump. Facebook ads didn't benefit or swing anyone's decision in 2016. Nobody saw a Facebook ad. I remember I was the biggest Bernie Sanders booster on the internet, according to the Huffington Post, and the unofficial scribe of Sanders' most hardcore voters, according to the Washington Post. My writing in the Hill of the Huffington Post salon was shared and read hundreds of thousands of times. And I remember being on Twitter. I don't have a Twitter account, but I remember being on Twitter. And I remember being on Twitter and people saying, oh, that's all you have with the DNC emails? Ah, ha, 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 ha. DNC emails show nothing. And I'm like, well, they show that Bernie was cheated. W. Wasserman Schultz was forced to resign. Can't you see that? Oh, that's nothing. Trump's going down. I said, no, Clinton's going to defeat Trump. I said that. Nobody believed me. Anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now. Then they're like, no. Then they lost to Trump. Then Clinton lost to Trump, and I was like, no. Then they went in, they said, oh my God. It was a concerted effort. And then Mark Elias on the witness stand said, any decent human being would condemn the DNC emails. Any decent human being would condemn servers with top secret intelligence running outside of the United States government. You want to talk about decent human being? You want to base your viewpoint of a decent human being on political partisanship? That's hilarious. That's what most morally superior liberals do. But anyway, I want a Clinton-Trump 2024. Nobody wants Hillary Clinton to be nominee more than I do on this planet. So anyway, hit subscribe to this channel right now, ladies and gentlemen. Hit subscribe right now to the crypto Bitcoin Crash channel that I have. It's below in the pinned comment, and the stock market crash channel. I have a segment right before this one on the stock market crash channel, and I'll have a segment on the Bitcoin crash channel right after this one. So go there. And go to the stock market crash channel as well. Give me your thoughts below. Thank you so very much. I'll be back literally in 2 hours. So be here in 2 hours on